Take a second and notice how you are carrying your phone right now. Chances are that your head is tilted forward and your shoulders are rolled in as you scroll. In this position, your head doesn't weigh 10 pounds anymore. It weighs up to around 60 pounds. And your spine is literally buckling under this pressure. Bad posture is not just about being lazy. When you slouch forward, you are stretching your spinal cord. And as you stretch your spinal cord, you are pressing and compressing your internal organs. Over time, your ligaments will thicken and your bones will start to grow extra layers and extra tissues with stress. And by the time you notice a hump at the base of your neck, that is at this region, your spine is trying to fuse itself in that position. Today I am going to show you the silent ways that your posture is destroying your health and the simple wall reset to fix it instantly. I am a physical therapist. Point number one is the forward head weight multiplier. So what this means is that your neck is designed to carry your head directly over your shoulders. So as you sit upright, your neck is designed to carry the weight of your head directly over your shoulders. So when you tilt forward, when you move your head forwards, even 1 inch, you double the load on your upper back muscles, and this will lead to chronic tension, headaches, and dogger's bump. So what a dogger bump means is that you have a bump at the neck region, a lump at the neck region. So a practical advice is that I want you to imagine a string pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling and not your chin. So point number one was the forward head weight multiplier. So I've said that your neck is naturally designed to carry your head directly over the shoulders. As you move forward, you increase the load that your neck carries, and this load will be distributed to the upper back muscles, and this is what leads to chronic tension, headaches, and dogger's bump. Point number two is the rounded shoulders and lung capacity. So slumping forward will close off your chest cavity. As you slump forward, remember you are impairing the functioning of the chest cavity, and this will compress the rib cage. Remember, we have the ribs, 12 ribs, and they originate within the vertebral bones, that is the thoracic vertebral bones. So as you slouch forward, you compress the rib cage, meaning that you are unable to take full breaths at this point, and this will lower the oxygen levels and make you feel tired all day. So practical advice is to try turning your palms outward when you stand. This will automatically rotate your shoulders back into the neutral position. So what I mean is that as you try to stand, just try to rotate your palms outward. This, as you have seen, as I rotate outwards, this is able to now rotate my shoulders back into the neutral position. Point number three is the posterior pelvic tilt. So when you sit on your tailbone instead of the sitting bone, you flatten the natural curve of your lower back. Remember, at the lower back we have a curve, and this curve is usually in the form of an S shape. So it is usually in the form of a C. There's a neutral curve at the lower back. And when you sit on your tailbone, you sit on your tailbone instead of the sitting bone. That is, if you sit in this position instead of sitting upright, you flatten the neutral curve that is found at the lower back. You will be able to flatten the neutral curve that is found at the lower back. And this will now force your spinal disc to bulge backward towards the nerves, and this will lead to sciatica. Sciatica is a common problem, and it basically means that there's a There's pain that travels or radiates from the lower back region to your legs downwards towards the foot. Practical advice is that you can always keep your knees slightly over your hips when sitting. So when sitting, ensure that you maintain a 90-degree knee flexion and knee flexion and hip flexion. Always ensure that you have a 90-90 degree, a 90-90 as you sit. This will be able to maintain that neutral curve. Point number 4 is the referred pain. So poor posture will cause referred pain. And what this means is that your hands may tingle, your jaws may hurt, but the problem is actually in your neck. That is, for example, in the neck region. You have a problem in your neck, but you find that you'll be able to feel tingling at your hands. You feel numbness, you feel pain at the hands. And if it is at the lower back region, you'll be able to feel the symptoms that are associated with sciatica. That is, you feel the pins and needle sensation, you feel numbness and inability to move the feet. So this simple explanation is that there are misaligned vertebrae that pinch the nerves that travel down your arms into your hand. So the nerves, we have the nerves, and the nerves usually originate from the spinal nerves. So as they originate in between the vertebra. And if the vertebra compress the nerves, this is what will lead to pain within your hands and not at the neck region. So a practical advice for this is that if you have mystery aches, then you should check your alignment in the mirror first. Always ensure that you check your normal alignment of the neck and the back region to avoid referral of pain. So do you feel crunching or grinding sound when you rotate your neck? If you rotate your neck, do you feel any crunching or grinding sound when you rotate the neck? If it does, then let me know in the comments and I'll explain that sound and what it actually means for your joints. So bad posture is a habit and not a permanent sentence. Remember the chin in and crown up. The chin in and the crown up. Palms out to open the chest. The palms should be out to open the chest. And then you should sit on your bones. You should sit on the sitting bones and not on your tail. Always ensure that you sit upright and not sitting on your tail. Then another thing is that breathe deeply into your belly and not on your shoulders. Abnormal breathing should be free of any problem. If you notice that you're now starting to use extra pressure or extra force to breathe, then you know it is a problem. So your spine is the highway for your entire nervous system, and you should stop blocking the traffic.